Hello my friends and welcome back to Feed the World. Welcome back to the farm. 2024 is long in the past, it's 2025 and let's make this year a good one. I've got some great ideas and plans for games and projects we can start on the channel, and the finish line is in sight for completing the farm. This episode I wanted to focus on the main thing of our farm, basically big old crop fields, but before we do that I wanted to go around and decorate some of the areas we already have. Number one, this big ugly cobblestone shrine outside the front of our farm. It looks kind of cool, but it had to go. We need to use this room to put down some fields. And also, while I was at it, I decorated the sides of the bee house, so it now looks like it fits in with the landscape. Then it was time to come back around to our sheep and animal pens. I wanted to make sure that the paths here all hooked up and looked correct, and also wanted to add some banners on top of the sheep pens to really promote that idea of rainbow colors. And also a quick look at our power setup, and look at this. That pink bar is growing higher and higher, so we're definitely getting a lot of biofuel. It looks like our power plant does work pretty well. Now I've designed some pretty cool blueprints for our builder to put down in front of our farmhouse. So I'm going to grab my build tool and let's jump straight into a time lapse of these fields being set up. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Now I had a few problems getting these buildings built. When I say buildings, they're really just fields. But the main problem I had is for the big fields, I thought it'd be cool to kind of dig underground tunnels so that when we come around here to put the pipes and things in to get our farm machinery up and running, it will be much easier. The problem was, the builder, well, when he was digging these holes, he had a terrible habit of falling in them. What a massive dingus. So in hindsight, I think I might have designed these fields a little bit differently and not bothered with those tunnels, but it is what it is, and the builder is slowly but surely getting these buildings done. Now I built two kinds of fields. We wanted a big one, which is a 7x7 field area, and that's going to be like a big area to plant loads of crops in. I'm thinking we might try and have multiple crops per field, and this will give us loads of room to do that. Now also to accompany that, I wanted like a small herb field. So we also have another field that is basically 3 little crop plots where we can plant individual crops for herbs and spices. I think like a herb garden would be pretty cool. And also to expand this area, because we're really on the border here of the area we can build with Minecolonies, I put down a guard tower as well to expand things out that way. We're a little bit far away from our farmhouse out here, and I think out of range of our megatorch, so monsters can spawn here, and having a guard on the border is going to be a great way to add a little bit of protection for our farm. But there we go, as we come out the front door you can see the finished fields. Don't mind the holes, we're going to fill those in because we are big time hole fillers. But there's loads of room out here, and we've created loads of space to do a lot of farming of a lot of crops. So let's get cracking, my dudes. The main order of business is going to be building all of the plant sowers and gatherers that we're going to need. So, this is a lot of plant sowers. In fact, let's go and do a count, because we're going to need a couple of these. Well, more than a couple. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plant sowers and 8 gatherers. Oh, and the last piece of the puzzle is 1 gold gear. Do we have any more gold ore? Yeah, we've got 16 of this, so we'll grind this up using the ore hammer. Amazing, that'll double our gold. Hopefully. There we go, we'll get this smelted up, and this should be plenty of gold for those gears, and we're going to get in motion, get that final plant gatherer, and get this plonked down. Oh yeah, so speedy. Love it. Is it going to get sucked through? Who cares? There we go, boom. And there we go, the final gatherer, so that's 8 and 8, we're ready to rock. Let's get some cable as well. Got a few of these in here, yeah, loads of these. Because these bad boys are going to need power. We're also going to need some item pipes as well to get the seeds and crops in and out of the gatherer and the sower. And we're going to need a few of these as well, so we'll just stack these up, ready to go. Okay, my dudes, very exciting times. So every single one of these fields has a spot underneath it right in the middle, which is going to be perfect for the plant sower. So we'll just plonk one of these down like this, and go around to all these fields and sow them up. And here we go, the final sower, the 8th one, and that's all of these fields taken care of. Now, where is the plant gatherer going to go? I want to keep these kind of a little bit out of the way, so I'm thinking we're going to put them at the back of each of the crop plots. They'll fit quite nicely in the wall, and that's going to gather all of the crops in front of it. Perfect. Okay, the last plant gatherer has gone down, and yeah, all of these fields are mechanically ready to go. We do still have a lot of work to do. We've got to work out what crops we're going to put in each field. That's going to be pretty exciting. And honestly, I think that's probably what I want to do first. So let's take a look. If you look at the plant sower, you can see this kind of UI is split up into a weird grid. And these represent places on the field. So if you want to put something in the red corner, as you can see there's like a red corner. If we put a seed there, it's going to plant it in this corner of the field. Going all the way around, that gives us 8, 9 if you include the middle, separate crops. And we're going to endeavor to fill up all of these because 9 times 8 gives us, oh my god, my math is terrible, but I think that's 72. 72 different crops. Now, if that's not enough to get every single crop in the game, plot twist and spoilers, I don't think it is. There's so many crops, it's nuts, but we can certainly fit a huge amount in here, and that's going to be amazing. Let's go see Emma, the Emerald Muncher, and see what she has to offer. Hello Emma, how's it going? You're not quite behind your market, don't know why that is. But let's have a count. So 3 per line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think there's more than 72 crops here, so we're in luck. We are going to miss a few crops, but we'll just grab as much as we can. Now, each one of these costs 1 emerald to get. Now, there's no massively easy way to get emeralds. We could trade with other villagers for getting emeralds, and that's a good way of doing it, but we haven't set up the machinery, the mechanics to do that. So we're going to rely on whatever emeralds we found so far. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay, 43. More than I was expecting. Not as many as we need, but it's certainly a good place to get started. So we're going to sink some emeralds into some exciting new crops to plant on the farm. Now there's a lot of crops here, and some of them you get more bang for your buck. Some of these seeds are used in basically, more foods. And we definitely want to focus on the Pam's harvescraft crops before we go into any other weird different crops. Also, the thing to remember when you're getting these crops is some of these fruits and vegetables are interchangeable. A lot of recipes will say, oh, you can use a bell pepper to make this salad, or you could also use a bean, maybe. Maybe not exactly, but that's kind of the way it goes. So we're going to get like a group of these. Kind of tactically. We'll get barley for sure. Bell peppers, and yeah, we'll go through and pick a nice array of seeds that should fit a lot of recipes. Okay, my dudes, fast forward some time and you can see we have a nice array of seeds here. We've gone for a really flexible mix of things like sweet potatoes, winter squash, oats, peanuts, tomatoes, obviously a core one, soybeans, rice, onions, lettuce, leeks, kiwis, pineapples, jicama. I don't know what jicama is. If you know what jicama is, let me know in the comment section, because I have no idea what that is. There's also chili peppers, because how can we have a farm without farming chilies, my dudes? Bell peppers, barley, bok choy, broccoli, cabbage, chia, eggplant, cucumber, and chickpea. Now also to complement those, we have down the bottom things that are going to go in our herb garden. This is where all the herbs and spices are going to go, like truffles, tea leaves, sesame seeds, coffee beans, garlic, ginger, kale, mustard seeds, quinoa, spice leaf, and of course taro, which is only really used in smoothies, I think, or bubble tea, but whatever, we're going to grow it too. Very cool. So now we've got to put these seeds into the sowers and get that all configured up. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to spread out the pattern. So we're going to have like coffee beans up here, 3 of those. Then we're going to have kale along the center in a line. And the last 3 are going to be mustard seeds. And yeah, all of these sowers are set up like this. So we get a nice array of crops in each of these fields. Oh man, this has been a huge amount to configure. But honestly, down the line, this is really going to be worth it. And with all of the seeds now, all of the sowers set up, we can plonk all of these seeds back into our backpack. We're going to have to put these in a big old chest so they get divided and sent to the right. Oh my god. They've got to get sent to the right crops. Oh my god. I should have thought about that. Okay, so next up, power cables. We're pretty close to the power plant over here, so we can get these hooked up pretty simply. All we need to do is dig underneath and hook all of these up with a big old network of tunnels. Should be very manageable. Oh, nicely done, Dingus. Wait, what are you... Oh, he's fighting ghosts. What an idiot. Don't fight ghosts. Oh my god, Dingus. Calm yourself. So yeah, every single field now is hooked up with power. As you can see, if we right-click on all of these sowers, all of the growers, yeah, full of power. Now, this is where things get really, really complicated and messy. So the growers are going to grow, or the sowers are going to sow the seeds. But the problem is, when the gatherers dig up the plants, they're going to get, let's say for example, we've got the Pam's harvescraft beans here. And when you right-click on these, you just get beans back. Now, the sowers are set up to use seeds to grow the crops. What's lucky is we don't have to recraft seeds. Instead, the sowers can then just use the actual crop itself, like the beans, to regrow themselves. But what that does mean is as soon as all of these fields have grown 1 round of crops, we're going to have to go around with all of the crops that we've grown and then reconfigure all of the plant sowers all over again. Oh man. That's a massive task, and it's going to be a pain, but once it's all complete, it means we can just use item pipes to throw items all over the shop, and we can use the same crop that we're gathering to replant the fields. That's really good. So what we're going to do now is set the item pipes up in this way. The gatherer is going to gather the plants, the item pipe is going to take all of the crops that it grows, it's going to deposit them first into the sower. Once the sower is full of crops, they're then going to go along an item pipe to a collection point, which is going to be, yeah, you guessed it, our good old barn that we set up quite some time ago. We're finally going to get some crops in there, and that should work out quite well. Now also with these fields, I've designed a cool system for irrigating them. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put water underneath each one of these logs on the corner. That's going to keep the water well hidden, and this is enough range to irrigate the whole field. Now instead of using loads of buckets, why don't I just recycle the portable fluid tank that we have over here? That's a great idea. I can switch it into bucket mode with the right button, if I remember rightly. Which one is that? Bucket mode on. Come over to the sink, or one of the sinks that we have. The kitchen will do. Yeah, and here we go. Now we have a full fluid tank full of water. Amazing. This is going to make things much, much easier. Way easier than just making a million buckets. And then down underneath these logs, bam, water in position, fill in the dirt, and you'd never know there was water underneath these logs. Man, do you know what? I did not think this is going to be a massively long episode, but this is a lot of work. Man, it turns out working on a farm is a huge amount of work. Who knew? Worth it though, because this is going to get us an insane amount of crops. It's going to be crazy. Oh man, so this is actually turning out to be a huge amount of work. So the pipes are quite a complex system now. Basically, 4 of these fields all feed all of their items into one chest, and that one chest then sucks out the items, sends them to the barn. Same with these 4 fields. Oh man, it's a real mess of pipes underneath here, but it should all work, and I'm quietly confident. But we're going to cut forwards, because basically I need to fill in all of these holes, and I need to get all of this land tilled with a hoe. No, wait, hang on a sec. All of the gatherers and the sowers are going to need a range upgrade, because if you look at the moment, all of these machines at the moment can only gather from 1 block. So, much in the same way we did before with our power fields, we're going to make some range add-ons to improve these machines. Okay, yeah, here we go. So these machines should only need a range add-on upgrade of 3. Show the working area. Oh yeah, the perfect math. That fits perfectly. Okay, so our fields are fully configured now. All of the sowers, all of the growers. It's getting to nighttime, so I'll have a quick sleep, but as soon as we hoe this ground, we should start to see the crops go down. Okay, my dudes, so it's taken so much work, so much effort, so much thinking, and an absurd amount of maths, but the second I hoe this ground, we should start to see our crops going down. So here we go. The moment of truth. Are we going to see some plants? Oh my god, yes, it looks like it's working. Yeah, look at this. So we got in the corner over here, winter squash. Over here, we've got a bit of leeks. Down here, we have some cabbage. Over here, we have more leeks. And in the middle, some sweet potato. Oh, and some kiwis over here on the edge. Amazing. So this all works. I'll do this with the rest of the fields. And when the gatherer is done gathering all of these crops, we should start to see them appear over there in the warehouse. Oh my god, this is going to be amazing. Oh my dudes, this is just so cool. We have so many crops being grown now. This is really amazing. These plant sowers and growers, these plant sowers and gatherers are really doing some work for us. Some real heavy lifting. The herb garden is fully stocked. What I'd love to see actually is if we put some like item frames up on the fields, we can show what each field is growing. Oh man, now it's going to take some time for all these crops to grow, to cycle through, for the sowers to get filled up with all of the crops. But eventually they will, and once they do, the warehouse will start getting filled up with the items instead. That's going to be super amazing. But my dudes, oh my god, I'm still wearing my bee costume, totally didn't realize. But yeah, a massive thank you for watching this episode. This episode, we totally crushed our farmers' fields, we did a bit of decorating, and things are well underway. Next episode, I think we're going to look into a way for us to get fruit farms on the go and farm some trees, because there's a lot of fruits that we can't get via crops like you see behind us, stuff that only grows on trees, and that's going to be essential for getting all of the recipes we can in our kitchen. But a massive thank you for watching, my dudes. Hope you're having an amazing new year, and good luck with 2025. But until next time, take care.